It is now time for me to have a conversation with Agneta to find out more about what they're going through. Agneta.
Yes.
Hey, the way your husband alikuwa anaongea juu yako, that man really desires you, eh? He really has the hots for you.
I thank God.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I thank God.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned that the first 9 years of your marriage were very beautiful. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And you've been married for how many years?
18 years now.
So what happened in the other 9 years, the later 9 years?
The later 9 years, that's when now the challenges, now the whole massacre, everything really fall down to, just went, really burst into, I don't know what name I should call it.
Yeah.
That was the beginning of my mess now. That was the beginning of my hell, my dark side.
Okay.
Yeah, it all started when, okay, I met him when he was drinking, but alikunywa, akakunywa, so it took him deeper and deeper and deeper. And then it messed up everything, our family life, my children. There was nothing that someone could admire as maybe somebody who wishes to get married.
Yes.
There was nothing admirable on our side. Because when I think about how my children turned up to be because of the violence in the house.
So there was violence?
Yeah.
You mean he was beating you up also?
Yes.
Whilst
thoroughly.
he was drunk?
Yes.
Okay.
He could, okay, I can remember there are some days that we used to, when it reaches in the evening at around 6:30, we used to hold hands with my children and then we start praying that, God, please bring him back, but please bring him when he's sober, either sober or not akiwa na hasira.
Yeah.
Because whenever he came home, just kitu kidogo tu inamkasirisha, and then he could even pick a knife. It went to
a knife wanting to harm you?
Yes. It went to an extent that I had to sleep with knives under my mattress. Why?
To keep them from him?
Yes, to keep them from him. Because I was so afraid of him, because alikuwa hata mtu anastuka usiku wa manane and then he can wake up and then aanze kuniita. So hapo na hapo gomvi inaanza, we start quarreling and then we start fighting. So first thing yenye angekimbilia ni kisu. So to avoid maybe murder case or anything or any injury, I used to hide knives. So it reached a time that I couldn't take it anymore. I decided that to separate.
You decided to separate?
Yes.
So you told him, I want out?
I didn't even tell him.
You didn't tell him?
I planned it on my own.
Yes.
My children used to go to a private school. So ikafika mahali, I couldn't even have the nini, sikuwa na pesa ya kuwalipia hiyo nini. You know, private schools.
Yes.
The school fees is too high. So I decided that the only way ya kufanya watoto wangu waendelee na shule and maisha it look just like normal, I should change them from a private school to a public school. So I went on search on a good public school. Nikapata chance in Aga Khan Primary. I have 2 children,
yes.
A girl and a boy and a girl. So nikawa transfer to Aga Khan Primary. That was now the beginning of me getting out of his life. So after I transferred him, at that time we used to live in a estate called Maziwa, near Kawa West.
Yes.
So you see, ilikuwa a journey from Maziwa to Parklands. So I decided to look for a place that inaweza kuwa pia comfortable on my side na pia kwa watoto. So the place that nilisettle ni Ngara. I didn't tell him anything. I had to do it. I mean, because I knew if I tell him that I want to separate from him, since alikuwa so violent, what rang on my mind niliona, hey, huyu anaweza shika kisu and then ama atoki tu kwa nje na anything, any weapon atuue. Yes. So I did it secretly. After I had moved.
So you actually ended up moving. You did move.
Yes. I moved. We separated for about 1 year, going to 1 year, 3 months. That's when he came back. But during that 1 year, there's a friend of mine, and at the same time a sister, who was really holding my hand. Alikuwa na mimi through this journey.
Yes.
Yeye ndo aliniambia, okay, as much as you've separated with your husband, but you know you have a role to play. I asked her, what role? You need to pray for that man. You need to pray for that soul. Because hata kama umeseparate, au just solve anything. You need to pray for that soul so that your soul inaweza kuwa saved. So we went on praying. We prayed. We prayed ikafika mahali mpaka nikaona this God.
Maombi,
Hii maombi hakuna
haifiki
mahali inaenda.
Mungu.
Haifiki Mungu. Maybe Mungu ameona maybe mimi nimefanya makosa mingi sana that hata wezi nisikize. Maisha yakiendelea kama kawaida. It happened that one day my husband gave me a call.
Out of nowhere?
Yes. He wanted to know where we are living. So I was like...
After how many months or years of separation?
Let me say like maybe 7 months or so. Haikuwa imefika mwaka. So I was like, nikimleta tena kwa my life, my children now will suffer because of what wamepitia. And then my firstborn son was a pre-candidate at that time. So I was like, huyo nikimrudisha kwa my life, at a mess, na my son who is almost sitting for his primary education. And definitely as a parent, unataka mtoto apite mtihani. So I talked with my children. My son akasema no. My daughter, kawaida watoto wasichana upenda baba zao sana. My daughter akaniambia, no ma'am, just mlete tu, nataka tu kujua nyumba, just bring him, alafu what next? So when he came, the man said that I'm not going. I want to stay here with you.
Amekuja na amekwama hapo.
Amekwama hapo. And Makiu, huko mali alikuwa anakaa, he was homeless at that particular time. Because wakati we separated, he didn't have anything. Hakuwa hata na pesa yoyote. As in, the little cash alikuwa na make, alikuwa na direct kwa alcohol. So he had nothing. So at that time, alikuwa analala kwa garage yake. He owns a garage. Alikuwa analala kwa garage yake or maybe lodgings. Anywhere that his mind could tell. Bora tu yeye afunike macho alale. So wakati alikuja akaona, nimeweka watoto vizuri, maisha bado inaendelea tu. So akakatalia hapo. That's another fight now. I started that day.
Okay.
Ikafanya mpaka my landlord kaleta shida kiasi, but eventually he went. But now that alijua nyumba, so he used to come. On this other side, we are still praying, me and my sister-in-law. We are still praying. And I thank God. God used a friend of his. I always call him an angel sent. But ilikuwa imefika mahali my husband wanted to commit suicide. Because aliona hana marafiki, he's just all alone. Nimemtoroka. To him alikuwa anasema nimemtoroka. So alikuwa tu peke yake kwa dunia. Him being an orphan, hana wazazi. Unaona sasa
hana wazazi.
Yeah, that time hana wazazi. So akaona, what am I doing here? So that particular night that he wanted to commit suicide, that is when his friend came. And that is when he was taken to the rehab.
So the friend took him to the rehab?
To the rehab. Na akasimamia everything. That's why I always call him an angel. Because he accepted to be used of God. So he took him to a rehab which he stayed for about 3 months. In that process, when he was still in the rehab, after 1 month, that angel called me and then told me that, do you know where your husband is? Nikamwambia no. Nimempeleka rehab, iko somewhere in Ruiru. Would you like to visit him? Definitely. Nilimjibu na hasira. Why should I go there?
Someone who's put me through all
that. And my cue, in my prayers, as much as I was praying for him, but at the same time, roho yangu inaambia God, so mchukue tu, why, what is still doing? Any, as in, nilikuwa imefika mahali mpaka I wanted him to die. Yeah, I wanted him to die. Yeah, this is not what I had planned for my marriage. I was expecting you to be a gentleman, a man who is a man of his word. I didn't expect this. So, the first month I refused, but the second month I went. That is now when things started.
So we started seeing a different him. And started seeing the change in him happening. And today we are here witnessing a different man. A different man.
Yes.
Wow. And thank you so much for sharing this, because it was important for us also to hear what the woman goes through when there's an alcoholic husband. Sometimes I must say also, the alcoholic tends to be also the wife. So it is important for us to have these conversations because these are real life stories. You've heard from Agneta, and you can hear what she had to go through, what the children had to go through because of an alcoholic husband. But there is a success story. There is a success story. You shall hear about it, perhaps, as we keep on talking. Stay tuned to Decoded.